fans have lined up since last night for an exciting full day of Nintendo competitive action featuring some of the world's greatest players and teams as we get set for this Splatoon 2 World Championship 2019. The Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World Championship 2019 3v3, but we get all the fun started with the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational. Welcome in, I'm Jordan Kent, and joining me fresh out of a couple of warp pipes, my two friends, Vish and Nine.
I know Vish
as we get set for Super
has
Mario
experience
Maker
with
2.
Smash Brothers. I don't
had a
know
chance to play Super Mario Maker. Now we have
how
the
much
sequel coming
Mario
out.
Maker
But
he's
for some
watched.
folks, this is their first taste of Super Mario Maker action. What do you expect to see, and explain it a little bit further for us?
Well, basically, if you've never played Super Mario Maker before, it's whatever your heart desires.
You know who would be
You
actually
are in
good at
control of making the Mario
commentating
levels
this?
of your
I think
dreams.
that
Basically, you can take elements,
because I saw
enemies,
Trihex
and
do
components
Smash
from
Bros. The
different
other day,
Mario
and he,
games and create your own level.
you
And
know,
on top of
still
that, you can
learning
play
it, so
levels from
it wasn't that
creators
good at
all
it.
across
But
the world. It's
he would
basically
actually be
whatever you
really
want.
good at commentating
The possibilities
Mario
are
Maker
limitless.
stuff.
Well, guys, you know, I'm a dad now. I love rules. Let's take a look at the tournament rules here for today for Super Mario Maker 2. Round 1, 4-player speed runs. Pairs of players will compete to finish the course as quickly as possible. That's a speed run for you. The player with the best overall time will choose a partner to team up with in round 2, because when we get to round 2, co-op teams. Teams of 2 work together to complete a co-op course as quickly as possible. The winning team will compete against each other in the finals. And when we get to the finals, oh boy, do we turn things over on its head. 2 players compete on 3 mini courses and 1 final course. Each win of the 3 mini courses is worth a 3-second head start on the final course. At the end, the first player to complete the finals course will be the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational Champion. And 9, we'll get a chance to meet our 4 competitors here shortly, 4 players that are very well versed in the Mario universe. However, when you get set to play Super Mario Maker 2 for the first time, you've never seen these levels before. How do you approach it? What's the strategy as you get set for these courses?
Easy way to describe it is instincts versus analysis. You're not going to get through these levels in one try. I don't think anyone's that good. They might prove me wrong, but it's really a matter of adapting to what's on the screen. Do you throw yourself right at it and learn by messing up, or do you instead take a little bit, spend 30 seconds here to save yourself a minute down the line?
We'll talk about that theme of risk versus reward all throughout the competition. And Vish, handling the different physics of the different Mario genres, you're going to be controlling a Mario from one universe as you handle obstacles and traps that maybe appeared in a different Mario universe. How do these players adapt to all the physics they're going to be handling?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to experience at the end of the day. Like, if you're well versed in all the Mario games that are here in Mario Maker 2, you're going to have an easier time dealing with all the objectives and enemies on the fly, right? Like, you're going to be speedrunning it, so you don't have that much time to adapt and react. So your experience is really going to come in the clutch in these moments.
And these courses are going to be very exciting. They were designed by our good friends at Nintendo Treehouse. We know they have been done with care and love as well, too. A lot of emotion put into these courses. But let's go ahead and take a moment to meet our 4 competitors in the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019.
So what's going through your mind while you're playing?
Well,
See, I think B is the only one who's like an actual speedrunner. Oh no, we stream the Nintendo World Championships and the Splatoon World Championships and Smash Brothers Invitationals in the past.
4
You're
terrific
fine.
speedrunners that have had plenty of experience in the Mario universe.
Yeah, but B is the only one who's an actual speedrunner, and I'm pretty sure she's a speedrunner in, like, I think what she's known for is,
Yes, they do. 3 of the 4 selected Dragon
like
Feeny as
speedrunning a
the favorite.
Mickey
One who did
Mouse
not
game,
was Dragon
I
Feeny
think.
herself, ever the humble competitor. But that first
Um,
round is going to be really important because whoever wins that is going to get to choose their partner, and it might be
she's a
Dragon Feeny.
Twitch streamer, and then completionist obviously
Mario Maker 2 as opposed
does
to
his
Super Mario
completionist
Maker.
series where he just completes games, and
might
then the other guy
possibly see
is
as
just a
players see
YouTuber.
the courses for their very first time.
Well, the big thing is there's a new game mode, like so there's a whole new game type with Mario 3D World. So you might see a Meowser, you might see Cat Mario. There's all sorts of new contraptions in the fray for this new Mario Maker. Aside from that, you have things like slopes, you have things like parachutes that are just going to add a new little element of
I'm gonna
surprise,
guess
and
the
these
levels
players are
aren't
gonna
gonna
have to
be
deal with
like
that on the fly while
super
getting
crazy
their best time
difficult
possible.
because
It's gonna be a fun ride.
Well, as you look at Abdallah and the completionist, you'll
like I
notice
said,
that
I
they've
think
got
she's
face
probably
masks
the
on.
only one who
They've got
has like
noise-canceling headphones on. Oh, look
experience
at
in
that.
speedrunning Mario Maker at all.
Bestest buddies. It's okay. You can smile, completionist. You're here having fun right now. He
Oh,
can't
sorry,
hear
you got
me.
timed
Those
out.
work very well. I like that. So they obviously won't get a chance to be
Oh,
a couple
God,
of
what the
sneaky
heck?
sneaks and see the level as it gets played. But as we get set for Yellow Killer B and the Dragon Feeny to take place here, we mentioned those new features and that risk reward as far as how fast you want to go through this 9 versus maybe I dip my toe in the pool rather than take a cannonball because I'm not sure what's coming next.
It's all about creativity too and adapting on the fly. As a couple of you said, you can take maybe one path and try it a certain way. Maybe that doesn't work. So the second time you might try it again, but that third time, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, you got to change the game plan a little bit.
And Vish, it's one thing when you're back in the comfy confines of your living room or your bedroom playing this game and getting a chance to hit the reset button if you struggle, but you're on a big stage here right now. We've got a fantastic audience in the crowd getting set to watch this. We've got a lot of people watching this and through the stream and everything as well too. The nerves that might be going through these players real quickly here.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big stage like you mentioned, and it's the first time that we're seeing Super Mario Maker 2 in a stage like this. And from talking to the players, they don't have too much experience on a stage like this, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they deal with the nerves and playing like a technical game like Mario Maker or Mario in general while you're speedrunning is going to be very, very crucial for them to not feel nervous in the middle of their runs.
Well, the wait is over. Let's hit the start button. The Dragon Feeny versus Yellow Killer B, our opening speed run in round 1 of the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019. Let's start the countdown. 2, 1, and go. As they get set, they'll be hitting the start button at the same time. The Dragon Feeny on the left-hand side of your screen, Yellow Killer B on the right, and already 9. What genre of Mario are we seeing here?
Got a little Super Mario 3D World, how about that? And the slopes coming out immediately, and this is already a new feature. This block, when you ground pound it, immediately goes to its full extent and unveils a new pathway.
The Dragon Feeny, an early lead, decides to go with the right path, and so does Yellow Killer B, and we see here, Vish, a couple of different paths in these exclamation blocks, providing a little bit of a challenge early on.
Yeah, this is the new feature, as Nine pointed out, so you want to be able to use the ground pound to get all of them fully expanded, and from there you can make your way through this level. But I'm surprised that both of them went to the right off the bat, and definitely a little bit of a lead for Yellow Killer B. But I wonder how she's going to traverse through the rest of the stage now.
Yellow Killer B buzzing her way up towards the top. The Dragon Feeny trying to get a couple of those wall jumps, and the Yellow Killer B into the tube early on. And 9, here we go. Our first look at the car. Go ahead, strap in your seatbelt, get ready for some fun here.
Well, I think I've seen this before. The bounce and going all the way up here. This is all about conserving your momentum. The trick in this segment of the level is you can't mess up because you don't get a chance to build speed a second time.
Yellow Killer B driving underneath the thumb. Oh, no! It's a couple of springs. Has to make a U-turn and go back into traffic. Meanwhile, the Dragon Feeny on your left-hand side still trying to navigate those exclamation blocks. And Yellow Killer B, oh, a little collision coverage right there. She bumps into the spikes, looking for the exclamation block, and she's on to the next part here. And already, you see the different things that can be thrown at these players. Dragon Feeny deciding to go to the left, but Vish, Yellow Killer B, we've got Cat Mario right now.
Oh, Cat Mario is finally making his appearance, and I like it. I like that Dragon Feeny tried on the right side and figured that she couldn't do it, so she went to the left side where she has the mushroom trampolines, and maybe that would be an easier time for her to traverse through this. But Yellow Killer B with a huge lead right now. That needs to use the crawl feature, the wall climb feature there with the Meowser, or the Cat Mario. Doing a great job already here. We got 2 options again with the blue and green. Green, of course, actually goes a little bit slower than the blue.
And 9, Yellow Killer B, she's not kidding around. You have to make sure that you handle these moving blocks, and those springs can throw players off quite a bit. When we talked to them prior to this, they said the one obstacle they don't like are springs.
It was a universal answer that they don't like, and you see that Yellow Killer B right now is trying to use wall jumps and stay ahead of that platform. But you gotta be careful as you're making the jump. I think she's starting to figure it out here. The combination of the climb as well as the wall jumps might get her up, and that's another level clear.
Yellow Killer B scratching her way to the top, sees the tube at this point, and Yellow Killer B continues to extend her lead. Vish, we've already seen a variety of obstacles. More springs coming up here. Yellow Killer B trying to go on the treadmill. A couple of treadmills up in the air, though. I wonder if those coins should lead her there, Vish.
Right, yeah. It feels like you want to follow the coins typically when you see these kind of levels, and the arrows specifically. The on-off switch is a new feature here in this Mario Maker 2, which actually turns the directions of the conveyor belts. And Yellow Killer B makes it all the way to the finish line.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. Yellow Killer B, the first one to cross the finish line. Impressive right there. Dragon Feeny will have 30 seconds left to finish up the level. We see already these alternating pink and blue blocks. You have to have a lot of really precise timing with this here, Nine.
Yep, you saw right there. If you don't get the jump off at the right time, you will fall through. And that's the difference between this left and right side. This is more timing based, whereas that right side was about identifying which block you had to use.
Okay, Dragon Feeny avoiding some thwomps right there, hopping on top of those happy clouds, getting inside the tube. Yellow Killer B, meanwhile, just sitting back, chilling. She already crossed the goal. An impressive job by our first two speedrunners handling that. And as we said, Vish, it's all about learning with the obstacles and adapting. And we saw that especially with Yellow Killer B as Cat Mario on that green moving platform. Seemed like she finally found her rhythm after a couple of tries.
Right. Yeah, it really is all about using the climb, I think, with Cat Mario, because you can go just a little bit higher and then from there jump to the next area and then do your wall jumps and whatnot. But I think it was very interesting that Dragon Feeny was stuck in that one area between the two different ways that she could have gone. And I think maybe if she had gone back to the mushroom trampoline a little bit earlier, it might have worked out well. Because some players are just better at certain aspects of the game.
And Nine, those exclamation blocks are very tricky, especially when you're trying to wall jump, because some of those blocks you have to hit. Others, they're not going to really help you out too much.
And again, sometimes finding out which of the blocks you need to hit is almost a luck-based thing. And not all of those blocks are created equal. And really, I think that the most important part is identifying which of the blocks are nice. So if you do fall, you can make it back up without losing too much time. And
you look at the pacing as well, too, Vish. It seemed like they weren't really hitting the brakes too much. A nice little rhythm, but they also didn't get themselves in too much trouble by going too fast.
Right. I think that's going to be the risk and reward that we're talking about a little bit. Because if you go all the way just holding right the entire time, there's going to be little traps and whatnot that could set you back. You might save 5 seconds, but lose 30 seconds in the long run. So I think just being a little cautious goes a long way in the end.
The Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer B, our first two participants. Yellow Killer B crossing the finish line first. We'll get her official time for you here shortly to see what Abdallah and the completionists have to get if they want to be in first place. Don't forget, the winner of our opening round gets to choose their teammate for round 2. And this is where a little gamemanship comes in here, Nine, because you have to ask yourself, do I pick the strongest person to help me out in the second round, meaning I have a stronger opponent in the finals, or do I maybe pick somebody that struggled a little bit and maybe make my path in the finals that much easier?
Well, I've heard that some competitors might be maybe not trying 100% here in the early rounds just to make sure that they can throw people off here. So I think the games have already started, but you laid it out perfectly there. Are you assuming that you can get through that second round with a lesser teammate, or do you want to get there and let the championship round decide itself?
All right, let's get set for our next speed run here between Abdallah and the completionist here as they get set for the same level we just saw. They haven't seen it yet. They were blindfolded and had the noise-canceling headphones on. They're excited. They're ready to roll. The crowd is hyped up. Here we go. Let's take another look at this first course in Super Mario Maker 2 as part of our Invitational. Let's get the countdown rolling here in just one moment. And off we go. Both players hitting start at the same time because they exercise good sportsmanship. That's what we like to see. And we saw earlier, there's a big blooper that comes out of the top question block, but we've got the completionist. He's trying to complete the level already, Vish. It's all about the speed here, rather.
Right. He wants to make sure he hits all the little blocks as soon as he can, but he gets a little power up that the other players kind of avoided because they're going for the speedrun aspect, right? They're just trying to power through it. And again, both players going for the right side.
And that's what we see right here, Nine, taking that exclamation point. Maybe it's the big yellow blocks that just draw your attention, but already. The completionist figuring out the trick of using that ground pound. Abdallah, though, losing a life and having to go back to the beginning. Huge lead for the completionist here now.
It is, and one more block we saw. This takes you almost right up. Can he complete the whole jump? Can he salvage this? It looks like he is. Great spin all the way through. What a fantastic save there by the completionist. Checkpoint reached.
The aerial acrobatics to find himself in the cart portion at this point. And as you said, very precise jumps needed during this part if you want to avoid an accident. Those springs already trying to deter the completionist. And you take a look on the side, on the left-hand side with the completionist, those springs knocking him off. Abdallah, right now on the right-hand side of your screen, doing a great job bouncing off those platforms, Vish.
Right. I like that there's no hesitation from Abdallah's end there, because if you hesitate a little bit on this course, you end up actually hitting those springs that we saw earlier there. And Abdallah not jumping also towards the end of that area is actually very clutch, because a lot of players are tricked up by it and they end up jumping a little bit and having to do that entire course again.
Abdallah moving on to the Cat Mario portion. Meanwhile, the completionist, well, he's just trying to lock some miles. We'll just put it that way. Cat Mario 9, you have to understand different physics can jump a little bit higher.
It is, and already going that way. And once again, going over to the green side here. The block on the left side does move a little bit quicker here, so it's a little bit easier if you want to get the speed, but sometimes that means you'll miss it too. Thinks they're going to try it right here.
And that's a good point. The rhythm that comes with being on the left-hand side, a little bit more natural because those blocks move faster, but Vish, Abdallah struggling just a little bit with the block portion, giving the completionist some time to catch up, but looks like the completionist is just going for a joyride right now.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like Abdallah is just trying to remember how to play Cat Mario, because he's doing the glide when he wants to do the wall climb and whatnot, and I think having those split mistakes every so often is really not going to be helpful in clearing a course like this that's very tight in terms of wall jumps.
And that's a good point, 9. We were talking to Abdallah prior to this competition. He said the physics for Cat Mario, very tricky. He pointed that out, and early on already having to deal with it. Meanwhile, the completionist in the Cat Mario stage has a chance to catch up here.
Does. This is very close right here. Just one more jump, and the completionist will be really about even with them once they get to that checkpoint here. And I think Abdallah's starting to figure it out there. Instead of standing on top of that very slow green platform, instead maybe using it to try to climb up. But it looks like he's found another way. That creativity paying off.
Right. Slow and steady wins the race. With the green blocks, they do end up going slower, which allowed Abdallah to really think out what movements he wanted to do and do the climb right before his jump. So he will make it to the next portion here. And again, you got to follow those coins and you got to follow those arrows.
Abdallah at the end just has to climb those last moving treadmills, as you see here. There's one, there's two. And here's one of those on-off switches that can affect so many different things, but Cat Mario making, Abdallah misses the exclamation mark and has to go all the way back to the bottom. Here comes the completionist.
Pug,
in
so,
the block portion. Is there enough time
like,
for him to
apparently,
catch up?
like,
Don't forget, they're racing our winner
like,
from the
I was just checking
right now.
Twitter.
We'll see how that time stacks up.
Someone was just telling me that,
Reaches the top of the pole first, and we'll have 30 more
Nintendo
seconds
PR
for
told,
completionist
like,
to play around with Super Mario Maker 2 and have some fun there.
Yeah, I think he's trying to complete the level.
Nintendo PR
He
told
really wants to see what else is in there.
Trihex and Zero that
16
they
seconds
couldn't,
left, but you talk
well,
about the
they
different physics
couldn't
that you have to get used to, and
restream
already
this
you're
stuff,
implementing traps and
which is the
hazards
stupidest
from
thing I've
2D
ever heard.
side-scrollers. You've got Super Mario 3D World and Cat Mario.
Because
Trying
there's
to
plenty of
handle
people
that, you got
doing it.
springs, moving blocks,
And
so many
we've
things you have
always
to
done
account for
this.
here, 9.
Yes, and I think that right here is we do
Like,
see that time
why
tick
would
away.
they not
It
want
really
the
was
free
not understanding the Cat
advertising?
Mario physics. They kind of threw him off there. There was a chance to climb the wall earlier, but instead looking for a more traditional wall jump. I think
So,
maybe a little more familiarity, and that would have gone quick.
It's surprising how high Cat Mario can jump.
They
a lot
want
of
to
times
send like
around
a
that
Twitch
glide, especially in that
person
portion,
here
just
to tell
make
me
your way on up
not
with
to
that
do it,
glide,
then
really
I'll
throw you
stop.
off
But
some
until then,
No, yeah, the
I'm
Cat
gonna do
Mario
it.
definitely is a little bit different.
I don't know
because
why they
in the
wouldn't
portions
want,
like that, you're trying to just go and do the wall jump as soon
why
as
they would
possible,
not
but actually
want us
doing
to
the
do it.
climb just a little bit so you can time your
Like-
jump and get a little bit more height is very crucial for that particular portion of the level.
So Abdallah wins the head-to-head matchup against
Like
the
that,
completionist.
I don't
We
know.
want to clean up one thing in that prior race, which
It like it's literally free advertisement
graphics were on the
for what you're
infrared side of
doing.
the screen, so the Dragon Feeny actually winning that first round, and we'll see how her
Like,
time stacks up against Abdallah. I believe she had the fastest
They
time, so she had a
they
chance
themselves
to
have never
her
been
teammate
ones to
in the
care
second
about
round,
like
but
numbers on
already
the
early
official
we
stream
saw
or anything
that
like
on a
that.
given level,
Like
you can go
they're gonna
left,
have
right, and
plenty
sometimes choosing
between
the right
YouTube and Twitch. Like
strengths is all the
you're not
difference in the world.
pulling
It's all
too
about
many
the speeds that we
people.
saw, trying to shift back over to the left side after a little
And
bit
the
of
information's
on
still
the right
getting
side.
out there. Like that's the thing that's
Second
important.
decisions come in, 'cause we've seen how
But
fast these players
it
can
almost
be.
does make me like
There really isn't that much room to mess up.
they've never said that before. It almost makes me seem like maybe there is gonna be an announcement, like, but I don't know. It's just like, what doesn't make sense about that is that, like, people's live reactions of their announcements get like tons of views and get the word out there even more. So like they should want that for all this stuff. I don't know if that's implying that there's going to be some kind of big announcement too, but I would say there will probably at least be an announcement at the Smash Brothers and the Splatoon one anyways, like, or the Splatoon one and the Mario Maker one anyways, but it's the Smash one that, like, it's still up in the air.
Yellow Killer B. So interesting choice right there, but you saw
But
Yellow Killer B wasn't too far behind the Dragon Beanie, and now they get set for the
we'll see.
course, and this is where
I still think it is really weird.
That cooperative play as well too.
Well, player 2 is always important whenever you're going through a game like this, and it's really important that someone, I think, becomes the shot caller in these situations. Some of these puzzles are going to really rely on somebody saying, all right,
I still think it's really weird. Kai just sent me the stream, like, says stream beams thing.
And I'm really curious who the little brother is between the Abdallah and completionist, who's going to get that second controller that doesn't get used too much. It's been rolled up for a while as well too. And
he's been playing too much Luigi's Mansion and not enough Mario Maker. I feel like I've seen him stream Luigi's Mansion more than any other game.
So I think that could be very tricky and very interesting to see in a game like this. But as Nine said, I think a lot of it's going to be coming down to timing and how well you communicate with your ally. So I think maybe part of the reason why Dragon chose Yellow Killer B is perhaps, you know, they've been hanging out a lot throughout this weekend, so maybe they have some good synergy that might help them out at this next level.
Synergy, nice business word right there. I'll see that on my next PowerPoint presentation. And Nine, as you get set for co-op mode, and what we saw in this first course is it's almost like you walk into a section of these courses and you have to perceive everything around you and figure out, how do I solve this puzzle? And now it's going to be implementing most likely that second player. It's not just something you can do by yourself while your partner kicks back and drinks some lemonade.
Well, you do have 2 people, so it should reason that you can now figure it out twice as fast or something like that. So the communication is going to be just as important as what's going on in the game itself.
And also just the execution of the different moves that Mario can do. We saw that with Cat Mario, some of these players struggling as well too. You have to be very familiar with these power-ups, and it looks like our teams are set to go. Round 2, our co-op course here at Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019. The Dragon Beanie and Yellow Killer B taking on Abdallah and the completionist.
Oh no, I mean, he's good at games. I maybe don't know how much practice he has at Mario Maker.
Let's hit that start button here.
It's like I said, if they really wanted people who were really good at the game, they could have invited people that were really good at the game. But they probably wanted people who, it seemed like, I don't know, it seems like to me, I would say the most well-known of these people is the completionist. I would say he probably has like the most subscribers or whatever. So I guess when you think of it from that perspective, it's like, well, they could have. They could have, like, if they just wanted people that had lots of subs or they wanted people with lots of viewers, they could have invited like a bunch of different people. So it's interesting from that perspective too. Like I said, they only did really invite one speedrunner, but they didn't really invite any of like the notable Mario Maker speedrunners or notable Mario speedrunners. So that's what made me think like they're definitely not going to do anything super difficult with the game.
And you see Abdallah and the completionist
look at it more as like a showcase of like,
don't forget, whatever team wins advances to the finals where they face off against each other. Abdallah and the completionist hitting that power block, getting the spring to go. Mario trying to jump up with that spring, advances. Luigi on your right-hand side, just a few seconds behind here, Fish.
This is a really tight race. They are just neck and neck right now. They're really figuring out all the things they need to do and like throwing the power block up there to get the spring. And now they just have one more little obstacle to to complete here. They he passes the power block to the top there. That timing.
Past the
Wow.
gravy and past the power block as that vine comes down.
Nice.
And Dragon Beanie, Yellow Killer Bee, they advance. Abdallah, the completionist, kicking it too high. It is exhausting having to grab a new power block. Here comes another on-off section here, though, Nine, and this is going to require a lot of communication, it looks like.
This one is a little bit tricky. The last time that we saw this switch, it was a little bit more obvious what you need to do. Here, there's going to be some bouncing that's involved. You can't get to it with a normal jump.
Abdallah and the completionist now equal with the Dragon Beanie and Yellow Killer Bee. And Bish, this is what we talked about. Seeing a puzzle in front of you and figuring out what do I do with all the tools at my disposal.
Right. I think just even like exploring a level or just like going through and seeing what options you do have could really help you out in a juncture like this.
You see Abdallah and the completionist on that left-hand side trying to jump onto the red block. They advance Mario right there. Ooh, what do you do here, Nine? This looks precarious.
Well, they got to figure it out quick. 1, 2, just a little play with the right idea. But unfortunately, the right idea is not enough. You got to start all over again.
And it comes to the execution we talked about, Bish. You can have the right idea, but at the end of the day, your thumbs have to be in
Oh
sync with
no,
your
he
brain.
jumped
Yeah,
off.
I mean, in a speedrun like this, you usually get like one try at most in terms of learning that kind of idea here. So he can't mess up again because you have to start all the way from the beginning. Will he get the timing down this time? You can see them biding their time. He
No.
Gate on him. Shuts the gate on him. Said, no, you can't come in.
no.
Abdallah,
Oh,
the
man.
completionist going back to the beginning.
No.
Meanwhile, Dragon Beanie, Yellow Killer Bee still trying to find the rhythm. But Nine, this is an important point. See a trap. How quickly can you go back through the puzzle and give yourself
All
as many
right.
chances as possible?
There you go. You got it.
They can get through it there. Both sides know what they need to do. It's just a matter of execution. And as we get to another tricky room right here, it's up to the Dragon Beanie and Yellow Killer Bee to get through this as fast as possible.
And keep in
Oh,
mind,
God,
these
it's
red
like-
and blue blocks are now automatically switching off, and that's a feature
Jesus.
of the on-off switch here, Bish.
Ah.
Other items can turn it on and off. But now that skull track is gone, let's go through the door and see what happens after that. Abdallah and the completionist. One room ahead on this course over Dragon Beanie
So
and
they're
Yellow Killer
resetting
Bee.
it by
They're
going
gonna
back
give
through the
themselves
door.
Another chance on the left here, trying to time things out. It looks like they might have figured this out. And Abdallah
Oh.
taking the
That
cart
was nice.
through the tube. Is that going to be enough as you take a look
It's a
down
rhythm.
the pipe? One more trap here, though, Nine.
Oh,
It's a trap and
no.
also a new feature. They immediately go to grab each other.
Oh, no.
The air ball is just short. Abdallah and the completionist trying to close out this course and advance.
There you go. They did it.
Abdallah and that completionist high fives and dap around as they move on to the finals. Nicely done. Fantastic execution, and you see all the things
All
you
right.
can do in co-op play.
Good
Bish.
job.
How about the teamwork by those two?
Oh man, you can really see the teamwork coming together as the course even progressed, right?
See,
Like,
the
you
co-op
can see
stuff
them really on
is
point with
really
their timing.
cool.
As soon as they got that one
But,
blue
like,
block at the start where you have to do it twice in order to continue the next one, I feel like they were totally in sync and everything.
I
after that
like I
was not
really do because they're pushing like Nintendo Online so much for stuff. Like they want you to buy like the game is being sold in a bundle with like a thing for Nintendo Online. So I feel like I think maybe by the end of the year, like we could see some DLC, and I think and I think it'll be a free update, and I think the free update will be non-ranked mode online with friends. Because obviously that's like when you're playing local.
Let's give a big round of
But
applause to Dragon Beanie and Yellow Killer Bee. Excellent work.
I think that they
considering
will
this is the first time they saw this game, and I'm sure
eventually
they're gonna
do
have a great
that.
time with it when it releases later this month. But
And really, like, it's kind of up to people that are also going to be at E3 to, like, mention it. So, like, I keep telling everyone I know that's going to E3 to be like, hey, when you talk to those people, you know, the reps that are there, just be like, hey, you know, it would be really cool if we could play this online with our friends. And I think it's just a matter of time kind of thing. Like, they've updated other games with multiplayer stuff, so. But you think about it this way, we didn't actually know before the Direct that you were even going to be able to do that stuff, so. That there wasn't even going to be, like, any online co-op stuff. So, I guess when you think of
I
it,
think taking your time with courses like this really will pay off because there's going to be
when you think of it that way.
as you go along, right? So and there's going to be levels where you may have to like course something. You might have to have an item along with you. You might have to collect all the coins, as you mentioned. So being very wary of what's coming up ahead while going as fast as you can is going to be really the crucial portion of this.
Well, let's get set for our first course in the finals, the first of 3 mini courses that are objective-based. So keep an eye out for what that objective is. It'll appear at the bottom of your screen here shortly. We've got Abdallah versus the completionist. Course 1 of the finals. Let's get this countdown started here, crowd.
They were really chummy in the previous game, but now the gloves are off. Now they got to play against each other.
So,
Look
yeah,
at
I see a firm crowd from the completionist. He's ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and let's roll here. Both players hitting that play button at the same time. Finals 1, a little Super Mario 3 here, 9.
Well, you knew we were going to get it coming up eventually, and it's going to be reaching the goal after hitting all, in this case 1.
Well, let's see what we have here. You go through the pipe, and there's a mushroom, and up. Just like airplane seats for me, too big to get through there, Fish.
Yeah, that's our first peek at the night mode feature that we have in Super Mario Maker 2. And it looks like there's twisters here as well, and we also have the little sandstorm feature, which is going to push you.
Well, if anything's announced since you're
difficult for you if you were a big Mario.
Abdallah trying to
since you're on that internet connection, if you need me to send you anything, let me know.
That pipe, as long as you've got those
if anything's announced, I can go. I'll post it.
Meanwhile, completionist, knocks the twister off right there, and it seems like both players still trying to kind of figure out how this course works.
Right.
I'm assuming if anything particular is announced in any of these things, there will be a YouTube video up on Nintendo's channel explaining whatever it is.
Escorting that twister all the way to the end, almost there. Gonna have to get it to drop just 1 more.
You'll notice that twister doesn't move to any empty block. It'll return back, but the twister drops down for the completionist. Looks like our crowd is starting to kind of figure out this puzzle as well, too. Now it just comes down to that execution piece we talked about, Bish.
Right,
oh,
I think both players are kind of figuring out figured out the mechanics of this level and how to get the twister all the way to the right, left side there, and finally gets him all the way down, and that's gonna move the P block all the way there. And
wow.
he is going to be able to get it up. P switch ready.
But the completionist carries it. You gotta. Don't you hit a P switch when you see it, Fish?
You should hit.
He's carrying it like a watermelon at this point.
Oh,
he hits
what
the
the
P
heck?
Completionist, first one through the pipe. Abdallah still trying to hit it. Completionist. He gets the mushroom at the end.
No.
The completionist wins the first course, giving
Wow.
him a 3-second head start in the finals already. And that's what we saw at 9, the ability to recognize a puzzle and how
He's just carrying that thing
Well,
around.
we'll talk about a margin for error here. They both actually did the same thing. They took the P switch up to the block on the top right. The only difference is that the completionist did not let the block go. We saw Abdallah do that, and once it's up there, you can't grab it again. It's floating in the air, you're floating in the air, and we didn't see it there, but he actually had to reset the level in.
And it goes back to the mechanics of not only Mario Fish, but the different traps and hazards you're going to see, understanding how those twisters work and how you can't go through the pipe and you can't go through if you're carrying anything.
Yeah, that's a new feature here in Mario Maker 2, so it just kept you all the way up there, and it's a P switch. You gotta hit the switch, man.
It's a P switch.
All the switchers on the right side.
You gotta hit the
Shiny
P
and
switch.
bleeding in the face,
You gotta hit
jump
the
on it
P
right
switch.
But the completionist winning the first course of that objective course as we saw, and really impressive work by both of them to figure it out. So let's go ahead and get set for our second course here between Abdallah and the completionist. The completionist taking the first one with a 3-second head start. They're ready to go. They're exhaling. They're ready to roll. Let's get this countdown started.
Come on. Go.
All right, we've got our second course here, and 9. What are the rules for this one here?
Reach the coin, or the goal, after grabbing all 100 coins. You do have to reach the coins, in fact 100 of them, and you see right there, that flag is not yet there. Let's hop into the pipe and see what we've got.
And also, what genre are we working with here so they're familiar with the controls?
Yeah, this is Super Mario World 3,
Oh,
so we're gonna
there
be
you
able
go.
to see what's going on here, or new Mario Maker 3 view. So we're gonna have the
There you go.
Completionist on your right-hand side, using that
Lost
wall jump and those
momentum.
swinging cranes. Abdallah flying forward right now, gets propeller Mario, and whee, trying to go to the top. And you see those vines might help here. And 9 already, Abdallah blowing through this course.
That's 90 coins right there. Needs to find 10 more. And as you look up to the top of your screen, another new feature.
There's
10
10
coins
right there.
in one. You saw a few blocks get broken right there. I think
God.
Abdallah already knows it's just on execution, but watch out.
Oh, got it.
It's not far behind, but that's all 100.
Abdallah now just has to descend to the bottom and all about grabbing that bag and going here at this point here, Vish.
Yeah, working with the physics on this level, he traversed this so quickly because it was
There it
tight
is.
timings to do those little wall jumps and make sure that you get the propeller in.
Oh, he's taunting?
Yeah.
So much for gamemanship and good friendship right here.
They were just friends in the previous game. What happened?
Lively smirk. Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I
Things
know
are
that
heating
nod.
up here at the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019.
What was that?
Friends are now
was that?
Rose Abdallah rubbing it into the face and beard of the completionist right there, Nine.
That nod that the completionist gave was not a happy
No.
nod. That was all right, we got one more.
Yeah,
Let's see who gets the lead.
That's a you cut me off in the buffet nod right there. No, thank you. 1-1 is the score now, so neither player with a head start in the final course we'll get to. We're ready for course number 3. Let's keep this action rolling here, crowd. You know what to do when that countdown begins. Let me hear you sing.
I gotta say, these levels are so creative. I'm really enjoying this.
Third objective-based course here. 9, go ahead and break it down for us.
Reach the goal while riding Yoshi. I know there's some Yoshi fans in the crowd. Come on.
Well, at least you don't. You can't sacrifice Yoshi in this one.
But it looks like there is a world of pain waiting for them.
A lot of sauce, and that's not something Yoshi likes. Yoshi bouncing up the cannonball on the left-hand side for Abdallah. Slight lead. Hits the off switch. I wonder what comes out of there. Avoiding the fire, but a twister.
Oh, no.
Sends him straight into the spike.
No.
And Abdallah losing a life right now. Oh, but the completionist able to move forward, jumping underneath the saws, and you see some dripping water. Avoids
Icicle.
the icicle
Oh, no.
falling down, but then that pink bumper knocking him off, and you got to be careful here, Fish.
Yeah, that being said, I feel like the completionist really went through that stage quite fast. He was able to duck under the saws really well, carrying the momentum while he slides. And then he also went through the icicle portion pretty quickly. And now he's already on the second part, and we're going to see seesaws here. You gotta have to make sure to put your weight in the right portion. And
Oh, we got it.
Completionist finished that so fast!
Under a minute. The completionist not rubbing it in. It's all business. You see the collar. You see the suit jacket right there. He'll take a 3-second head start into our final course. And how about that? Dancing around the hazards throughout that entire level 9. Nearly a flawless finish by the completionist.
We didn't even get to talk about the mechanics of that level there. I was going to say, well, you know, if you bounce off Yoshi, he can run around and you can jump back on him.
They have those
Said, "No, I'll
people
keep my dino the entire time. Let's just run
come
through
in
this,
and
no
like
problem whatsoever."
select the stuff for them.
Preservation
Do you
by
notice
the
that? Like the
completionist
people
right
run
there.
in there and
Move on
grab the
to our
controllers
final
from them.
course. And as
I
we
wonder
said,
if that's
a
to
3-second
like.
head start for the
I wonder what
completionist.
that's
And so
about.
it seems like these players
So
are
that
being
we don't
forced to
accidentally
focus.
see
These
something that
courses
we're
are
not
flying
supposed
by
to
much
see?
quicker as
Is
they
that
get
what's going
more
on?
invested in this game. You'll see the finals. The 3 minis plus 1 final. The
Or the-
completionist taking 2 out of those 3.
I wonder what that
Which
is.
means you have a nice, comfortable 3-second head start. But as we know, sometimes 3 seconds isn't much time in these final courses.
Potentially, in those last couple of games, though, they were like pretty neck and neck, and some of them are speeding through it like we saw completionist. So 3 seconds might actually be make or break in this last game we're going to see here.
Let's get set for our final course of the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019 crowd. Let's get this thing
All right.
rolling. The
This
completionist
is the
taking
end.
on Abdallah. One more course to determine who will be our champion this year.
This is it. 2, 1.
Let's get set. Oh, the completionist hitting the start button first.
Hit the
Obviously, you get
camera
that
button.
3-second head start, so that's great right there by Abdallah.
I accidentally hit that all the
Monitoring
time
down,
too.
of course there's gonna
Oh
be
god.
lava here, 9.
Oh
Of course there's
god.
gonna be lava, and this was the one that we hadn't seen yet. We're taking it back all the way to the classic there, and neither one of them clearing it so far. A little stumble there at the start, but of course lava.
Okay, so you gotta like.
I wonder who we're gonna see at the end of this.
The completionist
Okay,
able
got
to
it.
stay alive and dance around the icicle, trying to get some momentum, waits for that lava to fall. We get to the next section here. Abdallah slightly ahead, grabs the swinging
Yeah,
frame, but
Abdallah just like ran through it all.
boom, boom, floating down right now, 9.
Yo,
him
look
quickly
at that
going
boom boom
across that, and the
sprite.
speed being too much. The completionist takes the more cautious route, meets the same fate. They're going to start again. I'm starting to think those 3 seconds may not matter too much.
And Bish, this is where rinse repeat becomes very important because
Oh,
you're going to
God.
get back to the same part that you stumbled against. How quickly can you get back to that
The
same
question
area?
is like, are you
Definitely,
just supposed to
definitely. I
run
think it's gonna be,
across
like,
the
a
whole
huge
thing?
learning process as they traverse this level, right? And that 3 seconds allowed him to get maybe one extra try.
Oh wait,
And he's
you need the
Abdallah's
keys.
already-
Oh!
The
The
little
pump fake by
surprise.
the spike. The spike
Oh.
said in the kind words of Dikembe Mutombo, no, no, no.
Oh, man.
but you know, we talked earlier about how lots of different elements of a level. We
I
saw earlier a shell hitting the on-off block. This time
can't
it's a
believe-
spike. You've got to be aware of everything. And even though Abdallah had made it further than the completionist, they started the same area.
Abdallah jumping just a little bit too
my
high and
God.
catches his cap on the icicle. Meanwhile, the completionist is taking
Oh,
a nice
God.
little Sunday cruise, and he sees the trap ahead.
Oh no!
And he falls into the lava. Abdallah with a chance to take the lead. He's got to navigate, but he falls to the same fate as earlier, and already this lava castle
God.
is causing a lot of issues for both our runners here, 9.
And now both of them know the trick to this, right? They've both been fooled by the same things a couple of times. This is really rinse and repeat, repetition, maybe little refinements here, but at this point, it's really just about making sure you execute the plan you already know.
And Vish, what's very difficult is you want to execute, but you know right on the other side, there's somebody competing right against you, and you've got to put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I mean, you want to
Gotta
like
wait
take your
for
time
it.
just a little bit, but
Gotta
at the
wait
same time,
for
you
it.
gotta go as fast
Oh,
as you can. And
my
completionist
gosh, you
finally
gotta
able to
go.
get all the red points. Will he go to the next portion? Gets the key, and he's there. He's there. But what is waiting for him on the other side of that door?
Oh my God! He just goes right through it.
The castle and reaches the first checkpoint.
Oh
Here
my
comes another
God.
Interesting part. Had the icicles falling, staying on the
Oh
moving
no!
Thank goodness for
That's a checkpoint.
Our excitement, Abdallah moving forward, and he's tiptoeing on this moving platform, but he falls to the same fate as well.
Oh
too.
God!
This is
What
tricky
the hell?
here,
What the
Nine,
hell?
because
What the
those
hell?
icicles are falling faster than the
Ah!
platform's moving.
What?
Right, and I think Abdallah has already done it. You saw that he is starting much further back on the platform and just inching his way to the right, staying clear of just a few more feet,
Oh,
and
I
gets to the next portion.
see.
But what waits? Just like getting candy in the middle of the night, you have to tiptoe down the hallway. Abdallah moving his way up the spikes to some more swinging cranes.
Oh, okay.
Tries
No.
to go underneath the
You gotta
icicle
use the
here.
icicle.
That risk, reward, and speed factor.
Oh no! Okay, you don't. I was thinking that
With
you
the
had to
swing
like
crane,
jump
you
on the
use the
icicle.
momentum to start the fall of the icicle, and then from there able to get to the next swinging crane. So using all the physics of these new features of Mario Kart 2, and using the physics there to be able to jump on the opposite way from the swing crane. I like that.
And don't forget, slopes just don't go
Oh my
downhill.
God,
If you're an
what
optimist,
the
they go up
hell?
as well too. 9. And here comes an interesting part with some vines and Abdallah being like Tarzan, just being very careful swinging vine to vine.
This is interesting. I think Abdallah's been the more aggressive of the two players, but here saying, all right, let's just get across this. If I fall, I have a long way back
Oh,
up.
God.
As the completionist says, hey, wait a minute, I'm climbing this mountain too.
And Abdallah also saying one hazard he doesn't like, the solo spikes from the original Super Mario Bros.
Oh, God.
You're right there, it's those
You gotta
watermelon
jump
looking
on top
bouncers,
of it.
making this climb to the summit just a little bit tougher. But Abdallah navigating that
my
section. Now
God.
he has a slope with some springs here, Fish.
And they all mentioned how much they dislike springs. There's a lot of springs in this portion, and you fall all the way
The
down and you end up
swing.
messing up this portion here of the swing.
Oh God!
It's very tricky. I think this is where risk reward really comes into play because you don't want to fall all the way down and have to redo.
Okay,
the side
so
course.
you gotta
Completionist not too far behind.
you gotta
Using
get
those
that thing
swinging
all the
cranes to
way
make
up.
His way up the mountain. Abdallah trying to figure out the seesaw with the twister. A lot of components here, and once
You gotta
again,
get
we
that
have to
all the way
deal
on
with
one
the
side,
mechanics of
and
these
then
hazards here, Nine.
what?
And you see right there, just
Oh.
not enough height to get up there. Gonna try it again. Abdallah knows what he needs to do here. He needs to manipulate where that twister is and lower him on the seesaw. And meanwhile, on the other side, the completion is never far behind.
Oh.
He's on the vine portion as well too, so we know he's hot on the heels of Abdallah. Abdallah just playing on the playground right now with the seesaw and the twister, trying to figure out how do I get him to that bridge. Another puzzle-solving component here, Fish.
Yeah, and I think he's finally figured it
There,
out where he
he
got
got it.
all the way to the tippy top of that seesaw, and now he will make his way to the next portion of the score pipe. But completionist not too far behind if he can figure out how to do these swing claws really
Checkpoint.
Checkpoint reached by Abdallah. You see
Oh
some
my
more
gosh.
rising lava. A lot
Oh.
of Goombas trying to crowd
Oh.
the club.
Oh.
There he
Oh.
is. There's
Oh.
Bowser, but it looks like
Oh.
Bowser has updated his home security system.
Oh, God.
A couple more obstacles to try and take down King Koopa.
No.
And this really is the puzzle here. Can they figure out the quickest and most efficient way? You see some spikes on top here.
Use
Gonna
the
swing over
spikes.
there.
Use
You
the
look, Abdallah is
spikes.
taking his time right now. And jumps
No.
a little too high. Earlier,
What
you
the
wanted to jump as high as you could on the crane. Not so much in this portion.
Have to watch your head, but you see the on-off switch. The
Hey,
Goombas
Andrew,
coming
what's
out of
up?
the pipes. You have to navigate the fire breath coming in from Bowser. And this is where it gets tricky here because you saw those 3 icicles, and we always know 3 is the magic number here, Fish.
Right. I wonder how many icicles it'll take.
Use the icicles.
Bowser, okay, the third one goes, and then he thought it was going to be 3 as well. That's why he fell on top of him.
You thought it was going to take 3. The completionist
Oh,
though,
God.
getting ready to go down the chimney, and boy, does he have some gifts for Bowser.
Bowser's been working out. It takes more than 3 now.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Bowser hitting the gym, eating some protein. getting some greens in his system. Completionist, he's on the swinging crane. He's gonna take a stab at Bowser. It takes 3, right? No.
Oh, little did you know. Oh man, but these icicles are a very interesting way to be able to hurt Bowser in this level. So that swinging claw,
You have to
I think,
use
is
the
gonna be
ones on
very
top?
useful in how they are able to do even more than just the 3 icicles.
9, rinse and repeat as always. You know how to get on top of Bowser, but now
Use
you
the
have to be
ones-
very careful. Is it gonna be 3? No, but no sauce. That's not the type of back massage you want right there.
No.
Bowser claiming the completionist. Abdallah trying to navigate things. He's already gotten a couple of icicles on Bowser. That's only 3 though. How many more does he need? 2 more going down. That's 6. That's got to do. No! It takes more than that, 9.
Oh man, the completion is doing the same. Abdallah has his method here. Can he get over? Barely clears it, and that Goomba almost ending the run. That's 9 icicles. That's still not enough.
Let's see if it'll do with 3 more. Abdallah,
12.
Unbelievable! Bowser hit the gym just like you, 9.
What's going on?
How
12
many
hits is not enough
icicles?
for Bowser? Where has he been this whole time? He's been training.
The fire keeps coming. Bowser does not want to champion.
Oh, we got him!
Knocks out Bowser.
Oh.
Now he just has to navigate the swinging crane. A couple
He
more
just has to
icicles.
fall.
Watch out for the sauce. And Abdallah gets the axe, knocks out Bowser, and that will do it as Abdallah is victorious, and he is your Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019 Grand Champion.
Oh my goodness. What a crazy last level there. The way you take out Bowser was so creative. Super Mario Maker 2.
I think out of everything in that level there, 9, the thing that surprised people the most, the 14 hits to knock out Bowser. We're all used to 3, but 14 icicles to KO Bowser.
And I think it's so important to recognize how tricky the method that Abdallah was using was, because every time he jumped out, there was a chance that the RNG of Bowser's fire would be there. He almost hit a Goomba as well. And we all know every time Mario takes it back to the beginning of that level, it resets the health. And Abdallah is standing in center stage right now, championing the crowd.
Well, we have a champion, and to present his hardware, everybody, please welcome the producer for Super Mario Maker 2, Mr. Tezuka.
Hey! Tezuka.
How about that trophy right there, 9?
One of a kind, walking over there to get it. I know that this is exactly what they've been working for this entire time. To be able to come out on top in the way that he has, just remarkable.
Abdallah, your champion here. Mr. Tezuka passing off the hardware there. A couple photos as well, too. Let's go ahead, toss it down to Mr. Tezuka for a few comments.
改めましておめでとうございます。アブダラーさん。
Congratulations to you, just again.
本当はね、上の土管から登場したかったんですけど、ちょっと危ないからどうしてもやめてほしいということで、ここから出てきました。
So I actually wanted to enter the stage from that pipe, but I was told by the staff that would be too dangerous, so they told me to stop.
素晴らしい試合でしたね。本当にどちらが勝つかわからなくて。
That was a really great final course you guys played, and I had no idea who was going to win right up until the end.
で私も日本でこのレベルを遊んでみたんですけど、全然クリアできなかったです。
So I actually played these courses myself in Japan, but I was unable to clear any of them.
Wow.
制作者
Really?
ですけども、このゲームのスタッフですけども、なかなかね難しいコースは苦手です。
So yeah, even for the staff of this game, these difficult courses are really tricky for us to play.
すごいスーパープレイです。
So, but you were truly amazing. It was a super play that you put on display for us.
でこのゲームを盛り上げてくださった皆さんも拍手を送りたいと思います。このゲームを盛り上げてくださった皆さんにも拍手を。
So, and I also want to applaud you guys for raising such a good cheer for the entire play we saw today. Thank you. Applaud yourselves. Up here too.
このレベルは任天堂のツリーハウスのメンバーが頑張って作ってくださいました。
So these courses that you saw today were created by members of Nintendo's Treehouse.
このトーナメントのデザインをみんな彼らが考えてくださいました。
And they also thought up all the details for the tournament today.
これ皆さん遊んでみたいと思いませんか？
So would you like to give these courses a try yourself?
Yay, they're gonna be in the game?
もうすぐこれ発売されますけども、
Oh, wait, maybe they're
皆
just
さんに
gonna
も
be
遊んで
there.
もらえるようにちょっと今考えてます。
So this game is going to be coming out pretty soon, and we're thinking of a way to make sure all of you will be able to play these courses as well.
Okay, good.
まだまだ、このステージは続きます。もっともっと盛り上がってください。
So we've still got plenty of entertainment for you. You're going to be seen on this stage. So keep up the energy, and we hope you're looking forward to it all. All right, thank you so much.
Hey.
Together one more time for the producer of Super Mario Maker 2, Mr. Tezuka. And how about a round of applause for all of our participants, the Dragon Beanie, Yellow Killer B, the completionist, and your champion, Abdallah. That'll do it for the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019. Don't forget Super Mario Maker 2 drops June 28th. So make sure you grab that. You get a chance to play some of these fantastic levels. But don't go anywhere. We've got more great Nintendo competitive action just around the corner as we get set for the Splatoon 2 World Championships 2019 next here at the theater at Ace Hotel. Close out this corner.
Alright. And that's it.